Hey everybody, it's Carm here. I'm coming to you on a Thursday morning. Felt like coming on real quick and doing yet another response. This time to Beth at B-Side Records, doing a summer tag. Just talking about various aspects, a series of 10 questions asking about various aspects of how you relate to the season, I suppose. So yeah, thought it'd be fun to get in on. So yeah, I'll just start right in. The first question is, are you a summer person? Not in general. Much more of an autumn person. Though I feel there's wonderful aspects of every season, and just depending how you make use of the time. But yeah, generally not a summer person. More autumnal. Favorite thing about summer where you live? Well, they say about this area, Illinois, Chicagoland area. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Which is true. It's always you don't get doesn't sit in one space for too long. So just wait a while. But yeah, I like that aspect of it. The changes. Third question is least favorite thing about summer. Well, related to that would be the heat and humidity. When it's like that at any sustained point. Yeah, definitely not into that. Yeah, when it's 80 degrees and it's dry in the shade, that's about the most I could really get into. It's pretty early now in the morning. It's fairly cool, and it hasn't really set into that. It's supposed to get mid-90s later, I think, but when it's like that, yeah, the heat and humidity. Next one, number 4, favorite ice cream flavor. Well, as long as chocolate's involved, I'm good to go. Yeah, anything like cookies and cream or fudge swirl, like Moose Tracks, fudge brownie, anything chocolate related, chocolate malt, But yeah, that's anything chocolate. Next one is favorite summer song or album. Of course, I have to show 3 because it's Thursday. These are pretty long-time favorites for this time of year. Associated with the season, even if they don't always evoke summer. But Steve Joliffe of Poland. So live concert from '04. A multi-instrumentalist, mostly piano, keyboards, and flute on here. Played in Tangerine Dream a couple times. If you know his music. Quite varied, primarily electronic, kind of somewhat abstract progressive mixture. But, yeah, I associate this really with driving. I like driving to this for some reason. Just getting in the car, whether going for a long drive or errands, it seems to just fit in some way. So, yeah, Steve Joliffe, Poland. Long-time favorite group who recently mentioned. Popol Vuh, Inden Garten Faroes, or Pharaoh's Garden. Yeah, longtime favorite here. Their second album, 1971. So Florian Fricke is the leader. Lots of Moog synthesizer, a Fender electric piano and organ, along with hand percussion. This evokes the the hot, humid, steamy aspects of summer. It really evokes being in a jungle, kind of lost in a jungle, and trying to kind of trudge your way through it. Yeah, kind of the darker side in a sense, as it kind of foreboding, but also quite adventurous. To me, it evokes towards the end of the title cut. Kind of reminds me of Santana a little bit, kind of their mellower moments with the hand percussion, without guitar, just the hand percussion and organ, and electric piano, but. Very enjoyable, and it's evoked the season for me for many years. And an all-time favorite here for the season and in general, Gandalf, More Than Just a Seagull. This is my introduction to him back in high school. Another multi-instrumentalist, kind of similar to Mike Oldfield, mentioning him before. Guitars and keyboards. Nice blend of electric and acoustic sounds here. Very much evokes the surf, endless beach, just kind of exploring, just very contemplative. Really, it's perfect for now. Early morning summer music. But yeah, very enjoyable. Gandalf. And next up here is number 6, favorite summer movie. It's been a favorite for quite some years. You Are the Miracle. It's a documentary profiling 5 artists who got into their particular craft later in life. Sculptors, painters, architects. Just always. I know I associate this with the season, since this is when I borrowed it from the library, watched it then, in the middle of summer, eventually picked it up, and I just always watch it at this time of year, so it just has that association. I recommend this highly to anyone who's creative, has any creative pursuits. It's very inspiring. Next up, number 7, bucket list summer vacation. Well, for some reason, even though I've been visiting the Southwest for many years, since the mid-90s, since my friends had moved out there, I go out and see them every winter. I've never been to, always wanted to go to Northern California, especially Big Sur. One day I hope to be able to drive the Pacific Coast Highway and go up there, maybe visit the Esalen Institute. Something about that area always had kind of a romantic quality to it, from what I've read about it over the years. So one day hope to make it to Big Sur. Next up, number 8, favorite summertime foods. Probably not much different than throughout the rest of the year, though I do like a barbecue, out with family for a holiday. But, one thing I've been into for probably the last 20 years is Popeye's Cajun rice, Popeye's chicken. For some reason I like their Cajun rice with the gravy. It's really hot and spicy stuff, and I always associate it with summer for some reason. It seems like it'd be more like a comfort food for a colder time of the year, but it's always, these really hot, humid days like we've been having, that I would go through the drive-thru and get it, and I don't know, for some reason I always liked it at this time of year. So yeah, Cajun rice from Popeye's, a favorite summer food. Number 9, any summer projects? Yes, there has been. Besides being out here in the yard, which I always love being out here, I'm always working on things here. Things are growing so fast, so I'm always trimming stuff back and just trying to maintain it and make the little sanctuary. I just love it out here. But again, when it's nice enough. But indoors, mentioning before, previous video, ditching the majority of my jewel cases in favor of these. So that's one project with many CDs. And a room that I've been using for storage for quite a while, I'm finally converting that into a music room. Finally, after many years. And now that I have the time to do it, where I want to have everything in there, all my music and books, videotapes, DVDs, the whole library of all those formats. I want to finally get it in the room and up on shelves. So slowly but surely, I'm getting closer and closer. And that's definitely the big summer project. So enjoying it, getting there. And finally, number 10, tell me a favorite summertime story or memory. Well, I did tell the story recently of my Genesis Live video, but another memory that always comes back, just a few years before that, was leaving the state for the first time, joining my grandparents, aunt, uncle, and cousin back in the summer of 1986, going down to Myrtle Beach, driving from here, just outside Chicago, all the way down there, in my grandpa's Suburban, going through the mountains and eventually winding up at Myrtle Beach, seeing the ocean for really the only time. And the trip down there was just really neat, never having seen that kind of scenery before. And I remember the 3 of us were in the back, the long part. My cousin and I were on either side. We were little kids. He was 6 and I was 10. And our uncle, who was very tall, his feet were pressed up against the back window as we're driving and seeing traffic go through. But I remember that first time on the beach, sitting right on the edge, with the surf kind of coming in, and just yeah, it was just incredible. But I remember for a moment having my head turned, saying something to my cousin. The second I turned back, the wave hit. For the first time when you get sea salt, salt water going up your nose and down your throat and blowing you back a few feet. You're only 10 years old. That stays with you. I still taste it now, that salt water. But yeah, there's, just that trip in general is just, it's just something that'll always stay with me. Almost now 34 years ago. And yeah, there's probably a lot of other ones, but it's kind of early still. Can't think of them all. But that's one in particular memory that has always stayed with me. So yeah, just wanted to come on real quick and respond to this. I thought it'd be fun. And yeah, if you're not all familiar, any of you who aren't familiar with Beth's channel, by all means, pay her a visit at B-Side Records. Really a lot of fun. Very warm and inviting, and a lot of variety in her videos, showing music and movies. Yeah, all kinds of things. Needle drops. Yeah, I think almost every day, or at least a few times a week, she'll do these needle drops of usually soundtracks, like a song from a soundtrack. A lot of which I hadn't heard of, wasn't familiar with, and a few that brought me back. So yeah, a lot of fun. So yeah, please pay her a visit, and yeah, hope everyone's summer is going well, and just everything's going well. So that'll do it for this time around, and please check out our channel. Till the next one. Peace, love, and joy.